met the Lord about 8 months ago. I didn't know my gifts. I didn't know what they were. I was in a very unhealthy relationship before then, so I was kind of idolizing the man I was with instead of giving my time to God, which I didn't really know him at that time anyway. But once that relationship ended, I was just looking in the mirror one day, and I was like, and I just asked out loud. I didn't expect anything. I didn't expect the answer. I was kind of a believer but an unbeliever at the same time. So I said, Lord, what am I going to do with my life? At the time I was working at a job, and I'm like, I was very unhappy. Every job I went to, very unhappy. But I said, Lord, what am I supposed to do with my life? And he said, use your gifts. And it was, when I said it was a silent, it was a very quiet, gentle voice that said, use your gifts. And it's just, I don't know where it came from. It was just like, it was like in me. So that right there, that really made me a believer. But I went back to that relationship, went back to unhealthiness, and then I ended up leaving that. I got on my knees, prayed, and that's when the gifts just started coming to me. That's when I found out I can write poetry, I can rap, I can playwright. Everything that I didn't know that I had within me, I found once I found God and really committed to him. So, yeah. So this poem is called Dads. It was written, I think last year? Yeah. And so, yeah, when I first began my journey, so, okay. Children, born to a young man are like arrows in a warrior's hands. Psalms 127:4. Your absence speaks volumes. Your children can feel the vibrations penetrating through the pain from your amplified absence. Will play the violin. These hollow brown bodies, we will teach them to forgive you. Couldn't quite cross the bridge into manhood. The hourglass didn't turn on its other side, so it's no surprise that you buckle under pressure and rain. Your daughters will never know what it's like for you to place a bow on their heads while stringing to your comfort because you allowed your mind to talk you out of a life of God's gifts. Dear absent dad, what trauma we need to heal for you to become a better man? Your sons deserve a man to look up to, and your daughter needs to know who her first love is. Outside of God, why are you absent? I prefer to be speaking in past tense, but this is the reality of it. Please don't be selfish. Perhaps mastering the gift of abstinence if you don't want to be present. What do I tell my son? That he has a father who had a fatherless figure and offers that as an excuse to escape? Or do I keep silent and depend on God to heal the wounds of an absentee father? Or maybe I'm graced to play dad. I'm looking forward to instilling the good character qualities of a man until my husband come along and bear that responsibility. Teach him humility, love, and tranquility. Dear present dad, despite your trauma, you stepped up and became a bigger man. You showed your daughter how she's supposed to be treated and how she brings more to the table than her physical features. And your son will learn his body is just as valuable as a woman, and his character is one of few things he can't run from. If I can describe you, I will start with persevering. How you strive to raise your kids and don't pass the baton when things get hard. How you relay wisdom from child to adulthood, never missing a beat, and showing your son what it means to be a man by embodying those character qualities. That is not stage. Your presence is not pretense. You don't have to put on the show to get an applaud, but we commend you. To my dad, thank you for your well-being. I will never let another man raise my children. Dear dads, your character is the only thing you have to stand on as a man, and being absent should never be a part of the plan.